What's up, my guys, and welcome back. I'm your host, Cody, and this is the Wrestling Report Card. Yeah, that's right, it's just another terrible YouTube channel, but hey, what you gonna do, brother? So what I do on this show is I take a wrestling show, I break down each match, I give them a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up to give that show its own report card. So today, we're talking about the February 20th edition of Monday Night Raw, and this is officially the fast track to WrestleMania now that the Elimination Chamber is over, and you know, Sami Zayn got his ass beat by my guy, Roman Reigns. But hey, on this show, we got the main event is Edge taking on Austin Theory for the United States title. Plus, we got Bobby Lashley, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn all in the house, as well as The Miz taking on Seth Rollins. And then a surprising opponent issued a WrestleMania challenge for Brock Lesnar. And if it's a swerve or not, it was something fresh. We'll get more into that later. But for now, I need y'all to go ahead and buckle up your seatbelts. And let's get to grading. We get this sumbitch started off with Roman Reigns' latest victim in the ring. That's right, I'm talking about y'all's boy, the honorary loser, Sami Zayn. But on a real note, is this guy over right now or what? I know we're in Canada and all, but still, after the crowd settled down, Sami Zayn called out his longtime friend / rival Kevin Owens. Sami said, hey, you couldn't take down the Bloodline alone. And I couldn't take down the Bloodline alone either, so let's work together on this. Well, after all the crap Sami pulled over the last few months, Kevin Owens let him know that when he said I was done with you back in Survivor Series, I meant it and it still stands today. But if you do need help taking down the Bloodline, why don't you ask your boy Jey Uso? And okay, I'm just gonna call it for what it is. This is hella hypocritical coming from Kevin Owens, because that guy has stabbed Sami Zayn more times in the back than Paul Pierce. I mean, he will snake you any chance he gets. So I don't know why he's trying to get on his high horse, but I will say I'm glad we're not just rushing into this, and hopefully this is going to lead to the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. For that opening promo right there, I'm going to give it a B, but we got to move on, because before we even hit the commercial break, that sack of shit Baron Corbin snuck up and just blindsided Sami. As Corbin was laying a smackdown on him, it took Adam Pearce and about 20 referees to come out and break it all up. And then when we come back from the break, Baron Corbin was in the ring just flapping his gums. He told Sami that he is a failure, and then he brought up Sami's wife and family, and even Scrap Daddy Pierce knew Baron crossed the line there, because at this time, he just stepped aside, and after a moment of confusion, by God, Sami Zayn was on Corbin's ass like a spider monkey. So the bell rings, and we finally get this sumbitch started. Even though Sami wasn't even 48 hours removed from that brutal match with Roman, he was still out here scrapping, my guy. Even after a clothesline from hell and a deep six from Baron Corbin, Zayn not only managed to kick out, he gathered himself, and when Corbin went to hit the corner to gather more speed, he didn't see Sami behind him, who landed a haluva kick and got the 1, 2, 3. I really like that finish right there. That was really clever. If I'm going to grade that opening match, I'm going to slap a B on that sumbitch, and I cannot wait until we get that broke Corbin gimmick back. To this day, that is the only thing that was able to get my guy over. Well, next up, we go into another match where we got Dolph Ziggler taking on Mustafa Ali. And okay, in a match with two of the best in-ring talents in the WWE, this one only went for like 5 minutes. After a DDT from Dolph, he went for the famouser. However, Ali was able to hit a slick counter and then rolled Dolph up with the crucifix to get the 1, 2, 3. For that match, I'm going to give it a C. Like, obviously, it was good. Again, I don't know why they didn't get more time in this, but hey, whatever. I'm just a dumbass from Oklahoma. Next up, we got the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes came down to the ring, and then he was about to do his famous, so what you want to talk about shtick. But before he could get 2 words in, Paul Heyman in his neck brace popped up on a big screen. He asked Cody Rhodes, hey, if you do win the title, which you won't, are you willing to make those sacrifices with your family? Because if so, you're going to be gone about 300 days out of the year. I don't know what kind of math Paul Heyman was doing. It was almost as bad as Steiner math. But he said, you're going to be gone 300 days out of the year. And he said, I'm not going to make a comment about your wife, Brandy Rhodes, because Roman Reigns is a happily married man. But I'm not. that Paul Heyman, hey, that guy is something else right there. So you can obviously tell he got under Cody's skin when he brought his wife up. So Cody grabbed the mic and said, Roman, Don't send this clown around here again, and I will see you soon, my guy. For that promo right there, I'm going to give it a B-. Obviously, it wasn't nowhere near the promo battle that those two had a couple weeks back, but Paul Heyman, you dirty dog. I see what you did there. Well, we move on again, because up next, we got some women's action, as we got Asuka taking on Nikki Cross, and as soon as we get the bell rung, down comes the Raw Women's Champion and Asuka's WrestleMania 39 opponent, Bianca Belair. She just wanted to do a little bit of scouting on her WrestleMania opponent. Now, after about 10 minutes or so, Asuka was finally able to apply the Asuka lock and get the win. Then after the match, Bianca gets up in the ring, and both ladies did the iconic point towards the WrestleMania sign before Asuka just started choking and spitting up some blue stuff. I don't know. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared, okay? For that match right there, I'm going to give it a C-. First things first, I cannot wait until Asuka and Bianca battle it out at WrestleMania. That's going to be an instant classic. But I'm going to be honest, this match was way too long. I just don't see it with Nikki Cross, man. She never seems to connect with the crowd. However, I did really enjoy that angle they did later on with her and Candice LeRae. So hopefully Nikki Cross can turn it around. Next up, we got The Miz taking on Seth freaking Rollins, and after Logan Paul did what he did to Seth at the Elimination Chamber, Seth is out to get revenge on the man who brought Logan Paul into the WWE, Mike Mizanin, and his tiny balls. Now, these two went on to actually have a pretty solid match, and The Miz damn near won this sumbitch with the running knee. Shout out Daniel Bryan. But Rollins was able to kick out, and I think Logan Paul might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew, because Seth Rollins has snapped, my guy. He hit the curb stomp on The Miz not once, but twice, and he was about to get ready to hit that sumbitch the third time, leaving the ref no choice but to stop the match, because, I mean, The Miz couldn't even move, so that obviously gave Seth the win by referee stoppage, and I thought that was a clever ending to that match. It's something different. I'm going to give that a B+. I really enjoyed it, and don't forget, if The Miz is able to read again by next Monday, he was given that gold letter today that had something to do with his WrestleMania. Who knows? Maybe it was about facing somebody coming in like Jay White, Kenny Omega. I don't know. Y'all can butcher me in the comments for even saying that, but a guy can dream, right? Well, we got to move on, because for the first time in a long time, we get the return of Ding Dong Hello to Monday Night Raw. Now, the downside to this is that, unfortunately, we did have to listen to Dakota Kai talk, but thankfully, Becky Lynch came out and put it into that quickly. She scoffed at the fact that Bayley called Damage Control the best tag team ever, so Becky issued a challenge, and her partner is going to be none other than WWE legend and Hall of Famer, Lita. Now, the funniest part of all this is that when those two were walking up, Bayley said, "Y'all better use the door if y'all are going to interrupt my show." I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. So the man and Lita issued the challenge, and after some pressure, Bayley accepted that on Damage Control's behalf, and I don't know. I don't think the girls look too happy about Bayley doing that. We'll have to keep an eye on that moving forward. For that segment right there, I'm going to give it a B. It's always some crazy stuff going on Ding Dong Galore. Who can forget on NXT a couple weeks back when JC James turned that poor girl into Marty Jannetty? I tell you what. Hopefully, we do get to see Becky and Lita win, and then at WrestleMania, we get Becky and Lita taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, because we all know that the women's tag division needs main eventers competing for that gold, not just mid-carders, and we're better to do it than WrestleMania. Well, next up, we got another match. We got Bronson Reed taking on my guy, Chad Gable. Thank you. Now, Bronson Reed, aka Girth Brooks, was dominating Gable early on, but after he missed on a maneuver from the top rope, Gable was able to gain some momentum after he hit an ankle lock. He not only hit the flying headbutt, but that crazy sumbitch was able to suplex the near 350-pound monster. Outside of the ring, though, Otis found himself distracted by another blonde, Maxine Dupree. Chad Gable was trying to get Otis's attention, but he didn't, and this distraction allowed Reed to hit Gable with a scoop power slam and set him up for the tsunami, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. He got the 1, 2, 3, and Otis didn't even know what the hell was going on. Are we in the last days of the Alpha Academy? Are we ever going to see Take again? Tune in next week to find out. For that match right there, I'm going to give it a B. That was solid. Again, I wish it would have gotten a little bit more time, but these two did great. Plus, that stare down between Bronson and Otis was epic, and I cannot wait to see what all unfolds in this. Who knows? Maybe Otis will now be the Chris Farley of the Maximum Male models. I know some of y'all might be a little bit too young to get that reference, but that's alright. I'm still rocking with you. Up next, Elias comes down to the ring. That boy Elias. He came down to the ring. Who wants to walk with Elias? Basically issuing an open challenge, and that was not my guy's smartest move, because out came a pissed off Bobby Lashley, who came down and opened a giant can of whoop ass all over Elias. He got done with that, and then he got on the mic and said nobody can break the Hurt Lock. Not Brock Lesnar, not Elias, not Bray Wyatt. Chris Masters might be able to. And if you disrespect me, I'm gonna put you down. Hey, I really like this for Big Bob. If you remember back in 2018, this is actually how he returned to the WWE, was putting the SmackDown onto Elias. For that segment right there, I'm gonna give it a B-. I don't know what Bobby's doing at WrestleMania. I think it's gonna be something with him and Bray Wyatt, because earlier on in the night, we found out that Brock Lesnar was called out by the 7'4" Nigerian giant Omos. And whether that's a swerve or not, that's something fresh. You can't deny that. Well, that's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. You got Austin Theory, who issued an open challenge after he defended his title in the Elimination Chamber. And I don't think Theory expected the Hall of Famer Edge to answer the call, especially up there in Canada. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like him or not, Austin Theory is a dog in the ring. Now, these two were having a pretty good match. At one point, Theory went for his roll-up drop kick, but Edge caught him midair and powerbombed his ass. Theory tried to answer with the A-Town down, but Edge countered with the execution. Theory kicked out, but now Edge was set up for a spear. However, at this time, that sack of shit Finn Balor popped up and kicked Edge in the head twice, which allowed Theory to capitalize, hit the A-Town down, and get the 1, 2, 3 to defend his title twice in 3 nights. After the match, Finn continued to beat down Edge after delivering not 1, not 2, but 3 coup de grace stomps to the Hall of Famer. I mean, I don't think we're going to see Edge for a while, my guy. For that match right there, I'm giving it an A-. I know that Edge has been beefing with the Judgment Day since like 2012, but come on, if we're going to see Demon Finn versus Edge at WrestleMania, I'm calling that a win, my guy. Well, I'm out of breath. Y'all know what time of the show it is. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B-. That's right, an 83%. Not bad for the Fallout show of an Elimination Chamber. I really enjoyed that Edge and Austin Theory match. Let's see what happens with the Brock Lesnar and Omos story. Hey, it's gonna be a wild road to WrestleMania, so y'all better get strapped in and strapped on. Y'all know what I mean. Well, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, shout out to Bobby Knifehawk for the music. Go check him out on Spotify. Other than that, man, I hope all y'all stay safe and have a nice day.